Honestly, it took me 7 years to really step into motherhood. I had been a mother all that time, but I could not really fully accept being a mother up until about 2 years ago. Really, truthfully, maybe about a year and a half ago. And the large part of that is because I viewed motherhood as a loss of freedom, as a loss of self, and the loss of me, right? Because so much of my personality, so much of who I was wrapped up in my career. I was a banker making great money, transitioned to the nonprofit space. My career was the most important thing to me. Also, too, my education and being a daughter and being a big sister and whatever that meant. My entire identity was wrapped up in all of these other labels. So for me, motherhood was always something that just did not feel right to me. It did not feel natural. I rejected it. And then being a single mother was something that I absolutely never had planned on being. I never planned on being a mother, but I really never planned on being a single mother. And so for me, becoming a mother and then becoming a single mother was such a loss of what I thought was a loss of my identity and a loss of my freedom. And I thought that it was going to derail who I was in my career. And a large part of that is because that was what was told to me. My mother did not handle motherhood very well. She didn't handle it well at all, actually. And I don't know if it was because she felt like her life had been derailed and she lost her freedom, or maybe she just didn't have the resources and the support that she needed to be a good mother. But she always preached, don't have children, don't have children. They're going to ruin your life. It's a waste of your life. You're never going to accomplish anything if you have children. And so that message was always in the back of my mind. And I navigated motherhood with that message, with her words attached to me, that motherhood was going to ruin me. And so I operated in that. I mean, I'm a great mother. I've always been a great mother, right? I take care of my son. I make sure he has everything that he needs. He always has a warm meal on the table at night. I show up for him. I put on a smiley face, and I really tried to present myself as the best possible way that I could. But I was in survival mode. I was in survival mode and I never appreciated motherhood. Another big reason of that is because I was a parentified eldest daughter, an age gap eldest daughter at that. And so I have five younger sisters after me. My sister after me is five younger sisters and brothers after me. My sister after me is 6 years younger. And so I really played a huge parenting role in my siblings' lives. And so for me, I had already done the kind of motherhood thing, right? I was taking them back to school shopping. I taught all of them how to drive. Anything that they needed, if they couldn't get it from my parents, they knew that they could call on me. College applications, getting them registered for school, anything that needed to be done because I'd already experienced it, they would call on me. And so all the things that I needed to do with my child, taking him to the museum, exploring downtown Chicago, exploring whatever city we were living in, birthday parties, I had already done these things with someone else's children. And so then to turn around and have to do it again with a child that, truth be told, I rejected during pregnancy, a child who I wasn't really sure if I even wanted before I gave birth to him. And so to have to do those things again, I was tired and I was frustrated and I was angry. I was angry at my parents for putting that responsibility off on me. I was angry at myself for allowing myself to become a single mother. And I was angry that I really didn't have the support that I needed to show up and be the best mother that I could. And I never intentionally took that out on my child. It wasn't his fault, right? But I started to realize that I did find myself getting angry, and that anger sometimes looked like me raising my voice. Had nothing to do with him and everything to do with me. And then one day, I'll never forget this. I remember the day that I realized, okay, I need some help. I need to address whatever is going on with me so that I do not negatively impact my child. He was 4 years old. He was throwing a tantrum, and he said, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you, mom. And I was so shocked. I mean, I completely stopped in my tracks because I knew that if he was saying that to me, then I had been saying it to him. And those words were very familiar to me. Those are the same words that my mother used with me and my siblings. I'm tired of you. I'm sick of you. And I had no idea that I had been saying this to my child. It wasn't intentional. I hadn't been intentionally telling my child that I was tired of him. I didn't know. I had no idea. I had no idea that I had been saying this to him until he said it back to me. And it was at that moment that I realized, okay, I need to stop and see someone. I need to address what's happening with me. Otherwise, it is going to continue to spill over into my child in ways that I probably don't even realize is actually happening. And so I began trauma based therapy. In trauma based therapy, what it allowed me to do is really sit in my feelings because I'm very analytical. I can analyze and know exactly why something is happening, when it's happening. I can trace it back to the point of when something started, how to get through it. But I couldn't feel my feelings, right? Whatever. And I hate to say that because it's like so internet speak cliche, right? Feel your feelings. What the fuck does that even mean? But I couldn't really feel them. I could analyze them. I could think through them, but I couldn't feel them. I couldn't take the time to really stop and process my emotions. And so in the first session, I started off by saying, I need to address the fact that this is what my child has said to me. And I know he's saying it to me because I said it to him and my mother said it to me. And that's when I began my journey of trauma based therapy. And trauma based therapy has allowed me to really step into motherhood, to fully accept being a mother, and to enjoy motherhood, to enjoy not just motherhood, but to enjoy being a single mother, to enjoy where I am today as a mom, not focusing on the future as far as, well, I don't know if I want to be a single mom for long, all of that. But what's happening today between my child and I, and how can I show up as the best mother and the best parent for him? And really put him in a position where he's seeing me be vulnerable. He's seeing me show up as my best self. He's seeing me authentically show up as my best self. He's seeing me have moments where I'm crying, where I am just maybe overwhelmed and I'm communicating to him, hey, I'm a little overwhelmed. I need a moment to process my feelings because that gives him space to share with me when he's overwhelmed and when he needs to process his feelings.